round, which seeks to create an inclusive platform so that entrepreneurs and innovators from a Central American region can connect to different investment opportunities. I want to tell you that in order to reach this point in time, we have created a dissemination process in the social media, and with the support of the system of the region's entrepreneurship ecosystem with Da Vinci Foundation, we received 58 proposals from fintech, tourism, agricultural, environmental, and social entrepreneurships, which were very strictly assessed and selected until we cut it down to a list of 20. Among the countries that compose these selected entrepreneurships, we can find entrepreneurship and companies from Belize, Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and Panama. It's important to point out that all the entrepreneurships proposed for the investment rounds have had the opportunity to participate in two virtual training workshops, one on the business and impact model, and the second one, the ABCs of an investment pitch. Those took place on the 19th and 20th of April, respectively, so that you can see that SICA Emprende goes beyond just these days. Likewise, I would like to highlight that the select entrepreneurships have been provided support by a mentor that helped them prepare for these investment rounds that have taken place throughout this afternoon. Now, in this space, before this space, we had the private rounds in which the selected entrepreneurships presented their pitch in front of a group of investors, and those with the best scores are the ones that have gone through to this public space. Now, it's important that for this space and for us to have the support, the unconditional support of our cooperating partners. I would like to reiterate, as I was saying yesterday when we kicked off the second day, that the Republic of China, Taiwan, has been one of the most strategic partners that we've had for many years now, since the first edition of SICA Emprende, to be able to promote these spaces. So I, once again, with great pleasure, yield the floor to Mr. Antonio Chen, project consultant for the Central American Integration Project of the Republic of Taiwan. Antonio, thank you. Have a good afternoon. And sorry, the mic is all yours. Okay, thank you. Well, thank you, David, and greetings to the Da Vinci Foundation and to all the participants in the dia. It is a pleasure to be here with all of you in order to kick off the investment round. In representation of the government of Taiwan, I wanted to congratulate all the people here today for being here, looking for new opportunities to strengthen your businesses. Now, in Taiwan, we have 1.4 million MSMEs, which generate 9 million jobs in the country. That is why we acknowledge the role of MSMEs as the main economic driving factor and source of jobs. We are sure that in Central America, it is also a very significant access for economic and social development, which is why Taiwan works with through the comprehensive support to the MSME Regional Agenda Project, and with it, we support in holding the biannual SICA Emprende meeting. MSMEs have great advantages. Among them, their capacity to work with authorities. However, in order to continue to grow, investment is a determining factor. The procurement of new investments doesn't only imply new sources of funding, but rather renewed dynamics that may enable MSMEs to overcome different challenges when faced with new circumstances, especially under the context of our current pandemic. Therefore, I wanted to wish you all great success during these rounds, taking this opportunity to reiterate the very firm commitment of the Republic of China, Taiwan to continue to work together in the region so that we can build a better future for Central America. Best of luck, one and all. Thank you very much, Antonio. And I don't want to go on too long because I think that it's the entrepreneurs and investors who should take center stage. I don't want to hog the spotlight. So Sarah Goldberg from Da Vinci Foundation will tell us a little bit more about the dynamic of this investment round. Sarah has over 20 years experience in the design and implementation of programs and instruments related to public policies in the fields of national innovation systems, strategies, investment funds, competitiveness, entrepreneurship, and human capital. She has been a panelist and presenter in different activities related to innovation and entrepreneurship, and she's part of the network of managers of dynamic and innovative entrepreneurial activities of Latin America. Sarah, it's a pleasure to see you here. It's a pleasure to have you with us. And we yield the floor fully to you for this very interesting and exciting business
Muchísimas gracias, David.
Perfect. Thank you very much, David. Well, for me and on behalf of the foundation, I want to say that it's a pleasure to have gone through this entire process, to have been here with all of you and having become acquainted with very interesting entrepreneurial activities which show that they can have a real impact on society, on markets, on the environment. We've truly seen entrepreneurial activities that do stand out a lot, and of course they have a very big chance to gain investment. As you were saying previously, the process is that we had 3 private rounds, private because it was basically one-on-one meetings between the entrepreneurships and the investors. They were rounds where there were about 3, 4, or 7 different entrepreneurships. Entrepreneurs received feedback, but they were also subjected to a series of questions, and very incisive questions, I would say. And everyone managed to answer them correctly. So I think that is something to highlight, because I want to tell you all that the entrepreneurs truly were very well prepared. Then the investors from these rounds selected the top 2, the 2 that stood out the most. Now, round 1 selected only 1, round 2 and round 3 selected 2 entrepreneurships each. And what we'll be doing right now is, those entrepreneurs are getting ready, and they are going to once again give their pitch in front of this public delegation. So I will now give you the order of the entrepreneurships that will give us their pitch and who will tell us a little bit more about their businesses. Now, from round 1, we have Ecobalance. From round 2, Guatevale and Herreras. And from round 3, Fernández and Tu Consejería. I'm sorry, Tu Consejería. So we'll do it in that order, if that's okay with you. So let's start off with Ecobalance.
Wow, muchas gracias.
Thank you very much. Wow.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
Perfecto.
Siempre tengo los 3 minutos.
I still have 3 minutes. This is what I was going to say. Yes, please. And no more than 3 minutes, please.
Okay.
Fine.
Solo quiero respirar un ratito.
I just would like to breathe deeply for a second.
Okay.
Thank you. Fine. My name is Maribel Murillo. My business is called Ecobalance. It's the best option to produce and take care of the environment. Surely you have heard concepts as greenhouse gas and climate change, and all this has a constant with the producer, and all this harms the health of the producer and of us, the people, the agricultural lands, just to give you some data from FAO, receive annually nearly 150 million tons of nitrogen fertilizers. Approximately 20% end up in the land of the biomass and 35% ends up in the ocean. The environment is sprayed each year with 4.6 million tons of chemical plaguicides. Of these, 25%, the developed countries only represent 25%, but the plaguicides, but add to 99% of developing countries, which are ours. Our proposal and what we do are biotechnologies for agropecuarian and environmental production. These are genetic microorganisms, organic fertilizers, and biological insecticides, all natural. Our customers go from the smallest producer in cooperatives up to large exporting producers. We work with a residual with hotels and using water. For example, Montelíbano is a customer of ours since 12 years, and it's the largest melon producing company for many years. And the one is a sugar company. Our business model is EcoBalance producers and distributors. We have distributors at the national level, but we also attend directly our customers in the field. Our market in Honduras, we are nationally, and it has 2 million hectares of agricultural cultivations, and we have 8,000 hectares of melon and water treatment 18%. Our profitability is greater than 30%. Our biological product can decrease in 50% the use of chemicals or go to an organic structure. This is our team. I am an agronomist engineer, and Ivan is in sales, and the other lady is administration impact. ODS is health and well-being, and water and consumption, responsible consumption. We're looking for $50,000 at seed capital, non-reimbursable funds, or shares for the next 3 years that you see the marketing and sales, production, and intellectual property. Shall we speak? Thank you so much.
Gracias a ti. Una
Thank you.
excelente propuesta.
Excellent proposal.
De parte de los inversores
And
que están
on behalf of the investors that are present, any feedback that you would like to give EcoBalance?
¿Alguna consulta que tengan?
A question that you may have?
Le tenemos a Ingrid.
We have Ingrid.
Hola Maribel.
Hi Maribel. Good afternoon. I would like to congratulate you. I love the projects that work in favor of a cleaner planet, and they have the commitment of the industry. There's no pre-talks to say that there's no solutions and how interesting this is. So I think this type of businesses or entrepreneurships need to be replicated. And your presentation was very clear, so congratulations.
Ingrid.
Thank you very much,
¿Algún
Ingrid.
inversor más?
Any investor, another investor who would like to say something?
Muy bien, entonces pasamos
Very well,
al
so now we will go to the
destacado
next
ya
and
del grupo 2,
second
que es Guatevalley, por favor.
preferred entrepreneurship is Guatevalley.
Dale, gracias, Eric.
So,
No sé si ya ven mi presentación.
Can you see my presentation?
Perfecto.
Yes,
Okay.
indeed we can.
¿Sabías que el sector más
Did you
afectado
know
por la
that the most
pandemia ha
affected
sido el
sector
turismo en
by
Centroamérica,
pandemic has been
donde
the
los guías
tourism in
locales y
Central America,
comunitarios
where the
fueron los más
local and
afectados,
community
junto con empresas de
peers were the
turismo
most
rural,
affected
los
together
cuales han
with
tenido que
rural
emigrar a
tourism
Estados
companies.
Unidos,
They have
buscar
had
otro
to
empleo y
immigrate to the
otros
United
quedaron sin
States,
desempleados.
seek other
No existía
employment
una herramienta
and other
digital para
areas. There
conocer
was
todo
no
lo que Guatemala
digital
tiene
tool
por
to know
ofrecer. Es por
everything
ello
that
que
Guatemala
creamos
has to offer.
Guatevalley,
This
el
is why
Airbnb
we created
ecoturismo rural
Guatevalley, the
guatemalteco. Somos
Airbnb
una
of
plataforma, app en
Guatemalan
Android y sitio
ecotourism.
web
We
que
are a
interconecta a
platform,
viajeros
and
nacionales e
our website
internacionales con el
connects
turismo
national and
comunitario y rural,
international
proveído por
persons
guías locales,
with rural
comunitarios
and
y hospedajes
local
ecológicos en
ecotourism,
destinos poco
and
conocidos de
we
Guatemala.
invest in Guatemala, creating a social impact in the communities. What makes us different and how do we generate value? The platform informs 1,000 tourist destinations that are traditional and non-traditional Guatemala. Our focus is in local and community tourism. There is a meta-seeker of ecotourism. We're in charge of connecting everything from the local guide and somebody with a boat and local tourists to the communities, and the local guide doesn't have to worry about calls because sometimes they take a while because they're on the tours and don't have access to internet or they can't make a phone call. So we're in charge of all of this. We're also meta seeker of ecotourism. We see destinations that reserve extreme sports and adventure sports and experiences like camping, rappel, and others to be more conscious and responsible with destination ecosystem. How do we make money? We obtain 20% commission for each reservation. 80% stays in the communities. Results and sales 2021. We invoice more than $13,300 and we have more than 50,000 visits per month on our website, and we've had 10,000 downloads in our app. Our social and economic impact, 460 tours of local and community guides and more than 365 reservations of lodging and cabins. And we have 75 destinations in the country, of which 1,000 have been promoted. There's an increase in 150% of 9 guides who work with us and our women. We have distributed directly $53,200 in more than 35 communities and destinations in 2021. These are some of the recognitions we have obtained. And about us, we are 5 members of the team. Eric Jimenez, I am in charge of systems and programming, and Gustavo Noguera is sales, and Damaris Estrada and accounting, Fernando Viagres, content, and Samuel Santos, mechanics. We're looking for $100,000 to invest to expand to 200 more additional communities in the next 6 months and generate more impact, not only in Guatemala, but also El Salvador and Honduras. Thank you so much for your attention.
Muchas gracias, Eric.
Thank you, Eric. You can breathe.
Antes de pasar a las preguntas,
before going to the questions, I would like to remind each one of the entrepreneurs that you will be receiving a compendium of the feedback that the investors were writing down during the assessment. We remind you, you will be receiving, we want to remind you that those investors who still haven't filled in all these, don't forget. Any question for Eric?
Tenemos a Melissa.
Melissa, adelante, por favor.
Melissa, please.
Eric, un placer y felicitarte por la presentación, un poco rápido.
I would like to congratulate you for the presentation. It was very fast, but you were very good. A question, at the scalability level, what is the vision that you have? Is it only to grow within Guatemala, or what is the process or the vision that you have defined for yourselves? Our vision, currently we're only in Guatemala, but our next step is to expand to El Salvador and Honduras, and afterwards to the southern part of Mexico, because there's a lot of rural tourism, and then to the rest of Central America. After that, we can expand to South America, please God. But we are thinking of expanding. And at the product level, are you going to continue focusing on rural tourism, or have you thought of doing other type of tourism in the future? Well, we have decided to expand. In fact, we're working on new tourist products, not only rural tourism, but climbing and different types. And the investment instrument, based on the proposal that you just made as to the investors, we have $100,000, but what type of investment? We are looking for a mix of impact capital, or in order to be able to expand and create more social impact in more communities, but they go more hand in hand with more convertible or the accompaniment equity. Thank you.
Natalie.
Natalie?
Sí, muchas gracias. Eric,
Thank you.
¿nos podrías
Eric,
explicar un poco
could you
cuál es
explain a
tu
bit
competencia
about
directa o
what is your
indirecta y
direct
cuál
or
es ese
indirect
factor
competency and
diferenciador
what
de
is
tu
the
servicio?
differentiating factor of
Ok.
your services? Thank you.
Actualmente, pues tenemos
Currently,
una competencia que es
we
más
have
directa,
a
que son las
competency
agencias de
which is
viaje
more
tradicionales
directly,
como
so the
tal, y
traditional
competencia indirecta como Airbnb,
tour
TripAdvisor y estas
agencies
plataformas que ya
and
son muy, muy
also
grandes,
the
¿no? El
TripAdvisor.
diferenciador que nos
The
diferencia con el resto
differentiator that makes
es
it different
tres
from the
cosas. La
others is
primera
three things.
es
The
la
first one,
información turística que
the
normalmente
tourist
nosotros vamos a
information
conocer
that
destinos no
we
tradicionales, poco
normally
conocidos,
inform in
y llevamos turistas a
non-traditional
esas comunidades.
destinations and
Esa es
we
una.
take
La
them to
otra
the
es el tema de
communities.
cómo ayudamos
The
a
other
los guías
is how
locales. Muchos
we
de ellos
help
pues
the
no tienen
local
un
guides,
banco
many of
o
them
no
who
están
do not have a
bancarizados
bank
o el banco les
or
queda muy
not
lejos.
bankarized
Entonces
or
también
don't
el
have a bank
modelo de negocios
or
con el
their
que
banks are too
trabajamos con
far
los
away. So
guías,
the business
la
model
falta de
that we
acceso a
work of
internet
with
y
the guides
tecnología es otra
when
de
they
las
have lack of
diferenciadores. Y la otra
internet
cosa es
with
el
the
tema
guides,
de,
and the
digamos, la
other
plataforma como
thing
tal. Es
is
una
the
plataforma dedicada
platform as such.
a hacer
This platform is
ecoturismo, turismo
dedicated to make
rural, o sea, turismo
ecotourism, rural
comunitario.
tourism,
También
and
eso es otro de los factores
tourism in the
diferenciadores
communities. These are one
de
of the
la competencia.
differentiating factors from different to the competence to competition.
Ahí está, perfecto. Bueno,
Perfect.
muchas gracias.
Thank you so much.
Pasamos al tercer
And we shall
emprendimiento.
now go to the third
Herrera,
entrepreneurship.
¿puede ser?
Herrera.
Ahí está, ahí veo Herreras. Adelante,
Oh,
por favor.
Barrera.
Muchas gracias. Buenas tardes. No tengo
Good
la presentación
afternoon.
ahorita a
I
la
do
mano,
not
no sé
have the
si-
presentation
la
on
compartimos
hand.
sin
Gracias,
problema.
gracias, muy
Share it.
amable.
We share it for you.
Un segundo nada más.
One
Listo,
second,
gracias.
please.
Ya estamos. Compartimos aquí. Perfecto. Adelante.
Perfect.
Gracias.
Go ahead.
Algo que no podemos discutir, que las
Something that
artesanías son
we
un
cannot
atractivo
discuss
muy
is that
importante
handicrafts are very
para
important
todo el que
attraction
llega a una
for
zona, ¿verdad?
anybody who
Pero,
reaches
¿qué
an area.
pasa cuando la
But what
artesanía pierde la
happens
identidad
when
cultural?
the
Y ese
handicrafts
es
lose
el
a
motivo
cultural
por lo que nace
identity? And this
Herreras,
is
que
the
vemos como
reason
una
for
oportunidad,
which at
ya que las
Herreras we
artesanías
see an
no
opportunity
expresan la
that
identidad de la
handicrafts
localidad, no
are
funcionan
part
como un
of the
recuerdo del
locality and
establecimiento,
they do not work
tampoco
as a
sirven para
reminder
nuestras
of the
operadoras para
establishment,
promocionar sus
but they
diferentes
do
destinos
serve to
turísticos.
promote
Entonces, nosotros
the
presentamos
different
una
areas. So
solución
we present a
que, por favor, la
solution,
siguiente diapositiva,
and please
que
next
son artesanías
slide, which are
utilitarias,
handicrafts
artesanías decorativas y
of
artesanías
decorative and
nostálgicas.
nostalgic
Con el
handicrafts,
objetivo de crear un
all
modelo de
with the
negocio que
objective
trascienda
of
de
creating a
elaborar
business model,
una simple artesanía y distribuirla, sino que
preparing
representar
they to
costumbres,
distribute them, but to
tradiciones
represent
y lugares
customs and
de una
traditions
localidad específica. En
of
este
a
caso, los 6
specific
municipios que
area.
componen la
In
ruta
this
turística
case,
de
the
las
6
flores. Siguiente, por
municipalities
favor.
of Copan Las Flores.
Nuestro modelo de negocio
Our
está
business
basado
model
en
is
el trato
based
directo con el consumidor,
on
algo muy
direct treatment
importante
with the
entre
consumer,
mujeres
something
entre
which is very
35 y
important
65 años de edad,
with
que
women between
buscan
35 and
comprar
65
artículos
years old to
nostálgicos de
seek
nuestro
to buy
país,
nostalgic
pero
products
algo
of our
curioso es que
country.
ya
But
residen, la
something
mayoría,
interesting
estamos
is
hablando
that
de
most,
60%
we're
de
talking
este
about
mercado,
70%
residen en Estados Unidos y
live in the
vuelven a
United
nuestro
States
país en
and come back
temporada
to
alta
our country
turística y
during
desean
their
llevarse
high
algo, ¿verdad?
tourist
Representativo de El
season, and they
Salvador.
wish to take
Y el
something back
segundo
from El Salvador.
mercado
And the
son
second model
los propietarios de las
are
tiendas de
the
artesanías de
owners
estos 6
of
municipios, las
handicraft
oficinas de tour
stores
operadoras.
and hostels
Que
and
aquí
tour
vamos a hablar que son
operators, the
hombres
son,
que son dueños
and their men and their owners,
de estos establecimientos. Siguiente,
owners
por
of
favor.
these establishments of stores.
Nuestra competencia directa
Our
son las
direct competition are the
industrializadas que no
pseudo-industrialized
son fabricadas
handicrafts,
aquí en nuestro
which are
país,
not manufactured
artesanías
in
de
our
origen
country,
guatemalteco
handicrafts of
y
Guatemalan
algunas
origin,
marcas
and
nacionales que ya
some
están industrializadas.
industrialized national
Siguiente, por favor.
brands.
Las ventajas competitivas es que
The
tenemos
competitive
diseño con identidad
advantages we have
nacional, tenemos una
designed with
innovación
national
constante,
identity,
atención
constant innovation,
personalizada, ya que
personalized
dependiendo del
attention,
municipio,
because
aquí
depending on the
tratamos de
municipality, this
crear
is how we try to create
prototipos que identifiquen ese
prototypes
sector
that identify
específicamente,
that
tanto con
sector
su gastronomía,
specifically
lugares
to
representativos,
the
etc.
economy
Exclusividad para los dueños de las
and
tiendas y
exclusiveness
contamos con un
for the
estudio
owners of the
personalizado y aquí
stores.
en el equipo hay una
And
licenciada en artes
in
plásticas que
Mexico,
nos da ese
they
toque, ¿verdad?
are
Para
the
crear
ones that
cosas
to
únicas.
create
Siguiente, por favor.
different studies.
Nuestro modelo de ingresos,
Our income
el
model,
60% provienen de los puntos de
60%
venta,
comes
actualmente
from
tenemos
the
uno,
points
el
of sale
10% de redes
and
sociales,
10%
el
in
otro
social
10%
networks,
de
another
negocio entre
10%
negocio
in
y un
business to
20%
business,
por medio del
and
e-commerce.
20%
Siguiente,
through
por favor.
e-commerce. Next.
Estamos en tiempo.
Listo. Entonces, lo que buscamos es
So
completar
what we look for is to
un crédito o
obtain
sociedad
a
para
loan
poder
or a
cumplir con los
society
objetivos, que es
to fulfill our
levantar el
objectives, which
costo, los
is
puntos de venta.
to
Quedo
open
abierta a
new
sus preguntas
points
o
of
comentarios.
sales.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much.
¿Alguna consulta, algún
Any
feedback
question,
para Herreras?
feedback for Herreras?
Natalie.
Sí,
Natalie,
no me quedó claro.
it
¿Ustedes
wasn't clear to me.
contratan
Do you
artesanos de diferentes
hire
localidades o
artisans
tienen
in
alianzas
different
estratégicas
localities,
con
or do you have
diferentes
strategic
cooperativas de
alliances with different
artesanía?
cooperatives?
No, nosotros actualmente
No,
somos un equipo
we are
de 4
currently
mujeres que
a team of
elaboramos
4
todo
women who prepare
a mano
everything
completamente.
by hand,
Pero lo que buscamos
completely
con
by hand. But
este
what we're
crédito o
looking
este
for with this
financiamiento
loan
es
or funding
poder
is to be
contratar a
able
más
to
personas
hire
de nuestro
more
municipio de
people
Sonsonate
from the
sin importar su
municipality of
experiencia
Sonsonate
laboral, edad
without,
o género,
it
pero que
doesn't
posean
matter
una
what
habilidad artística que se
work
pueda
experience they have,
desarrollar
but that they have
y
a
así pues
skill that can be
integrarse a este
developed
equipo.
and then become integrated into this team.
Muchas gracias. Wilfredo,
Thank
por
you very
favor.
much. Wilfredo, please.
Hola. Lo que no me quedó claro en tu
What
presentación
isn't
es
clear
los
to me
elementos
during
que
the
tú
presentation is
utilizas para la
the
fabricación de esa
elements that you
artesanía.
use for the manufacture of the
¿Cómo lo
handicrafts.
desarrollas? Si lo desarrollas
How
con
do
mano de
you
obra
develop
local
them, or is it with local
o
hand
subcontratando a pequeños
labor, you
artesanos?
contract, or
¿Se
you
puede aclarar?
subcontract small
Sí, nuestros materiales
artisans?
todos son de origen salvadoreño, por ejemplo,
Our artisans are
la tela que se llama
Salvadorian,
canvas, que es un
and
algodón, es un
there's
refinamiento
we work
textil
with
que
canvas.
es
This is
fabricado
a
en telar de
cotton
palanca, muy
without
propio de
textile
aquí de la
refining,
zona
and
del
this
oriente de
is
nuestro país.
used on the
Y
eastern
la
part
mano
of
de
the
obra
country.
actual,
And
pues
hand
es un
labor,
grupo
current hand
familiar,
labor,
somos 4
is a
personas,
family
pero
group
la
of 4
idea es
people, and the
duplicar
idea
esa
is
cantidad, llegar a ser un
to
equipo de 8
double
con
this
miembros de la localidad.
quantity with members of local households in Sonsonate.
compartimos a ellos, va.
De inversión en este momento son $50,000 y ofrecemos un 20% de las utilidades netas del periodo.
$50,000, and we offer 20% of the net
Muchísimas gracias por ayudarnos a ayudar.
of the period, and thank you so much for helping. Thank you very much, and I'm sorry we had an issue with the platform. Thank you very much, Fernandez.
Le agradezco si deja de
Thank
compartir, así
you,
nos vemos
and
todos.
we are going
¿Alguna
to
pregunta
sharing
aquí
questions
para Fernández?
for Fernandez.
¿Algún feedback
Any
que
feedback
quieran dar los inversores?
that the investors would like to give?
Ok, entonces pasamos al...
Oh, we will
¿Seguimos?
go now.
Sí.
We will
Pasamos al quinto
We
y último
go
emprendimiento,
to
que es tu
the fifth
consejería,
and
también
last
de la
entrepreneurship.
tercera ronda.
And it is tu consejería
Buenas
from the
tardes a
third
todos,
round. Good
gracias por la
afternoon.
oportunidad.
Thank you
Mi
for the
nombre es Víctor Juárez, soy
opportunity.
de
My
Guatemala
name
y
is
soy
Victor
fundador de
Juárez.
Tu
I'm from
Consejería, que con
Guatemala,
lo que estamos
and I'm
trabajando
founder of
es
Tu
llevando
Consejería. What we're
servicios de salud
working on
mental
is bringing
a personas
mental health
desatendidas.
service to
Comenzamos en Guatemala,
persons who
pero
have not
estamos
been
en un
attended.
proceso
We
de
started with
expansión,
Guatemala,
puesto
but
que
we're in
por
the
el contexto que
expansion
hemos vivido,
process, and because of context that we have been under
la
and
salud
living
mental se ha
under,
vuelto una prioridad
mental
para muchas
health has
personas, pero
become
al
a
darse cuenta,
priority
sobre
for
todo
many
la
things,
audiencia con
but
la que
when they
nosotros trabajamos,
realize the audience,
que las
particularly that we
posibilidades son o
work
muy
with on the
caras o muy lejos,
possibilities, are
pues
either
dan
too
como
expensive
resultado las
or too
múltiples
far,
problemas que
and give
vemos en
us an
pantalla. Muchísimos
outcome
casos de
of
suicidio,
what we can
muy
see the
limitado el acceso
problems. The
en situación de crisis
cases
y
of
una brecha de
suicide
atención
are
con servicios
big,
de este tipo.
and there's a
Entonces, nuestra
gap on the
solución es
treatment.
una
So our
herramienta
solution
tecnológica
is a new
que ofrece a
technological
través de
tool that
una aplicación
offers
basada en
through
web o a
an
través de
application
WhatsApp por
based
el
on
tipo de
web or
audiencia que
through
tenemos y que están
WhatsApp
muy
because of the
acostumbrados a esta
type of
herramienta,
audience that we
ofrecer
have that are
un
so
chat de
used to
apoyo en
this type
crisis
of
y
WhatsApp,
también terapias por
and they
video
have
o
a
por
chat
llamada
in time of
que
crisis
contemplan pues, las
or
características que ven.
therapy, depending on the
Como les comentaba al
characteristics
principio,
of the
comenzamos en
problem.
Guatemala,
As I mentioned, we
pero a
started in
raíz de la
Guatemala,
pandemia y
but as
pues
a
tuvimos un
result of the
crecimiento
pandemic, we had
relativamente rápido y
relatively
muchos de nuestros
quick
usuarios
growth,
estaban
and
siendo,
many of our users
digamos que pagados
were
o
being
patrocinados por sus
paid
familiares
or
en Estados Unidos.
hosted
Cuando
by
comenzamos a
the
preguntarles
family
sobre
members in the
las
United States.
oportunidades
So
que
we
tenían de
started
acceso
to
a salud
ask them
mental en
about the
Estados Unidos, también
opportunities
son
that
muy
they had
limitadas y se
for
comparten los
mental
mismos
health in the
problemas,
United States. They
por lo
say
que
it's very
decidimos
limited and
empezar a
share the same
explorar
problems. So we
esa
decided
opción de
to
apoyar a toda la
explore
comunidad
that
hispana
option
desde
to
México hasta Panamá.
support
Y en ese
all of
proceso
the
estamos y por
Hispanic
eso es que el mercado
population
es
from
muy grande
Mexico
y
to
muy
Panama.
desatendido.
We know that the
Lo que
market
de
is
alguna
very
forma nos
large
hace,
and lacks
pues las
attention.
otras soluciones y lo
So
que también nos hace
is
destacar un poco es
what
que
Tu
el servicio
Consejería
adicional es
does
solo
is
el
we have
idioma,
service
hay una
in
adecuación
their
cultural y todo
language,
el diseño de los
and the
protocolos y
cultural
productos están
adjustment
hechos para una
and
población
accessible
desatendida.
and adapted to
Y la
this
velocidad de atención en el
unattended
caso de crisis
population
que
and
toma
a
hasta menos de 2
personalized
minutos.
and human
Las
attention.
ventajas competitivas que
The
de alguna
competitive
adicional a las
advantages
ventajas con
are
otros
different
servicios que
to
existen, que
advantage
están
to
muy
other
enfocados en una
existing
población
service.
con
We're
recursos,
focused on a
es un
population
horario
and
extendido,
resources
la transparencia, pero
and
sobre todo la
extended
confidencialidad, que es uno de
timetables,
nuestros
and
principales pilares. No compartimos
travel
la
agency are
información de
one of the
nuestros
main
usuarios, usuarias y
pillars. We do
tratamos
not
de crear
share
esa confianza
information of our
con
user. We
días.
try to
El modelo
create
de
the
ingresos iniciamos
trust.
como un
The
directo al
income
consumidor, como un
model,
POSI,
we work
pero poco a poco y
directly
con
with the
el afán de
consumer,
cumplir
and
nuestra
little by
misión de
little
llevar la
in
salud
the
mental
order
a
to
poblaciones
take care
desatendidas,
of our
comenzamos a
work
trabajar
and
con
bring
organizaciones que
our
tienen de
services to
beneficiarias o
unattended
beneficiarios a la base de la
population, have
pirámide y así
users,
es como hemos ido aumentando también
and we go to
pues
the
nuestro
base of the
impacto y sobre
pyramid,
todo
and this
el
is
modelo
how
de
we
ingreso.
increased our impact
Este es
and our
nuestro
income
equipo,
model.
somos un
This
equipo
is our
diverso
team.
y
We're
tenemos
a very
como
diverse
misión
team.
compartida
We
la
have
misma de
a
la empresa
shared
social, que es llevar la salud
mission
mental
with the
a todos y
social
todas.
company,
Nuestros
and
principales hitos
our
creo que han sido
main
ese crecimiento que les mencioné al
main
principio. Quizás por la
milestone
pandemia
was
hemos
at the
crecido hasta
annual growth
200%
of
en 2
more than
años, pero entre
200%
2020 y
in
2021
less than
fueron
2 years. But
400.
between
Comenzamos a
2021,
trabajando con una
we
organización y
started
ahora
to
ya
work
trabajamos con
with
más de
more than
40
40
organizaciones desde
organizations from
perdón, desde
Guatemala,
Estados Unidos hasta
from
Panamá y una
United
nueva aliada en
States all the
Colombia.
way down to Panama.
Iniciamos
And
operaciones
now
con
we
una
started
LLC
with
en Estados
Colombia,
Unidos
And we started operations in United States. We have a lovely program where we're going to serve therapies to indigenous women. Has been incredible learning and an opportunity to impact this population. We have also participated in entrepreneurship programs in Colombia, Costa Rica, Peru, Mexico, and United States. And the rest of Central America, we have impacted more than 1 million persons indirectly, but we have also given services, accompaniment services to women who have been suffered violence, and a lot of work with people who have had a suicidal issues.
Me supuse, es lo que ven, comenzar a aumentar nuestra presencia en Estados Unidos, en otros estados y acelerar el proceso de
showing you
licenciamiento y ya
what we were doing in other states. And they call to action for what we need and alliances and resources in order to be able to accelerate the process. Thank you.
Acá está. Muchas gracias, Víctor.
Thank you very much, Victor.
Antes de pasar a ver si hay preguntas o feedback,
going to see there's questions or feedback. I remind each one of the entrepreneurs received a lot of questions, a lot of feedback from each of the investors, and probably they have already reflected the consultations or questions that the investors had. For tu consejería, is there any question that anyone would like to make, like to ask?
Melissa.
Elisa.
Sí, gracias. Víctor, una pregunta. Tú comentaste que ustedes ahora mismo tienen.
Yes, Victor, a question. You mentioned that right now you have a website and an app. So people, they're receiving very directly, the final consumer. Like if me, Melissa Hernandez, wants a consultancy service, can I also get it? Even though right now you're focusing more on B2B. Yes, we're focusing on both right now. What makes me more proud is access to the consumer, because there's been a great myth around seeking professional help and professional mental health help. So we've been selling that to the population. So the answer, yes, we have a web app, and we also use over WhatsApp. We don't have an app itself on the Play Store or anything, because our audience has very limited access to the internet. So we're trying to not compete and take away the data like that. But yes, you can pay, at least in Guatemala right now, you can pay with cash, credit or debit card, or bank transfer. In Mexico, it's just with a credit card. And right now, we're trying to accept cash through the stores called OXXO in Mexico. Right, but the consumer, the end consumer, the model is that you receive fee per service. Yes, it's a payment in advance. Yes.
Muchas gracias, Melissa.
Thank you very much, Melissa.
¿Alguna otra pregunta?
Any other questions?
Okay. Perfecto.
Okay, great. Now,
¿me siguen escuchando?
Can you still hear me?
Bien.
Perfect.
Bien,
Great.
porque me apareció un cartel raro.
Okay, because I saw a little strange message pop up. We wanted to thank everyone once again. These were truly excellent entrepreneurships, very amazing presentations. I think that we could also see, I'm not sure if you know, but we had different workshops and mentoring sessions with the entrepreneurs throughout the past couple of weeks, and we could truly see some progress, very significant progress. So that fills us with a lot of joy and a lot of pride as well. Now, Rosana, I'm not sure if you would like to close out the activity.
Hola, hola, muchas gracias.
Hello, everyone. Yes, thank you very much, Sarah. Well, thank you. I would like to thank everyone, all the representatives from the entrepreneurships who wanted to and seized the opportunity to that Sempromipe gave you, so that you could present your entrepreneurships here. Now, as Sarah was mentioning, and the interim executive director of Sempromipe said, David Cabrera, for us, it's been a huge satisfaction being able to corroborate and really verify that there are several entrepreneurships in the region, which within their business models, there are some actions, some triple impact actions. So to all representatives from investors or investment groups, we thank you for your trust. We also know that this is very valuable time for each and every single one of you that you have dedicated to this. And also would like to thank Sempromipe for all the time that you dedicated, not just now, but also in all the days gone by, in order to review and provide all the feedback to the entrepreneurs who were selected. So congratulations to everyone for joining us throughout this process. And I wanted to especially thank the Da Vinci Foundation, all the representatives, colleagues. You've seen Sarah, you've seen Sergio, but there's also some other colleagues that have also been since the beginning, since we started out with organizing these rounds, with engaging the methodology. And the Da Vinci Foundation has been very important for Sempromipe throughout this process. So it's been a learning process for us at Sempromipe and for the region itself, being able to have this opportunity to follow this entire process. And I also definitely wanted to thank a development partner that is very important for all of SICA Emprende, Antonio Chan. If you could please turn your camera on. We thank you, because along with the Department of State of the United States, the government of Taiwan, and also provided very significant support through the execution of the SICA Emprende strategy. So thank you, Antonio. I'm not sure if your camera's on. Yes,
si quieres darnos un saludo de despedida, Antonio,
if you want to maybe say a few closing remarks, go ahead. Thank you very much. I'm not sure if you can hear me because I have some slight difficulties with the microphone, but I wanted to congratulate each and every single one of you. Being an entrepreneur is a challenge, it's an opportunity, and it is a very significant factor for MSMEs. We would like to congratulate you all, not just for the MSMEs that are starting out, but also we hope that you can find the opportunity to grow in the future. And who knows, maybe a multinational through this SICA Emprende event can approach you. So again, we wanted to congratulate everyone and wish you all the best. One and all. Thank you, Antonio. Quite kind. Sergio, I'm not sure if you want to maybe give a couple of remarks, or Maria Elena or Sarah.
De mi parte, agradecerles a todas y a todos.
From my end, I just wanted to thank everyone, all the actors, the entrepreneurs, investors, the liaison hub, the Sempromipe team, the team from the foundation, and the way we worked on this internally and the way we talked about it. This is not about having winners and losers, but rather through your work, through your willpower, and through everything that you do, generate these businesses and this growth, which is something that Antonio also mentioned a couple of seconds ago. So that is where you can see that growth, that focus, and that possibility to generate alliances and partnerships. So this acknowledgement to the 5 companies could be a significant contribution, but also to all the teams that worked on this. Keep on working at it. It has to be a business from a financial and economic point of view, and we also have to take into consideration external factors such as the environment, society, and our community. So All the best to you all. Please keep on going. And an operational matter, remember that next week you'll be receiving via email, an aggregate manner, all the opinions of the investors as inputs to incorporate into your planning and growth. And on the other hand, the investors themselves have their one-pagers, their profiles, which have the very clear contacts to be able to generate those links that we hope can take place. Thank you very much from my end. Congratulations. And congratulations to the Sempromipe team for this Fortzica Emprende meeting, which is just wrapping up right now. Thank you very much, Sergio. Thank you, Antonio. And thank you, one and all. Now, something important from what Sergio just mentioned is that we at Sempromipe hope to receive from all 16 entrepreneurships that went through the rounds and from the potential investors that might achieve, that might match with them. We hope to receive favorable news in the days, weeks, or months to come. So just saying, if you could tell us, we received investment from this angel investor or from this individual investor, just so we can know, well, of course, so we can know whether it worked or not, but also so that in the future, we can also get to know about your experience, if there was a best practice and a lesson learned as entrepreneurial team, so that we can have a look at it from SICA, from the regional point, especially from Sempromipe, which deals with fostering the growth of MSMEs, and we're here to generate public policies in all states and governments from the eight countries from the SICA region. So thank you, one and all, for the opportunity that you gave us here at Sempromipe to get to know you and to be able to become a little bit more acquainted with your entrepreneurships. To all of you representatives from the investor hubs and angel investors, thank you very much. Thank you, Antonio Chen. We'll be seeing each other in this entrepreneurial world, and thank you to the Da Vinci Foundation. Good afternoon, one and all, and in a couple of minutes, we'll have the official closing ceremony led by the interim executive director of Sempromipe.